welcome you tonight to Williams Island TV. As you know, we try to do this every few weeks to keep you up to date with what's going on. Today we have Kimberly Merchant from the city who's going to give us an update on what's going on within Aventura. And of course, there's so much going on and you're going to hear about it. But also, always remember, all you have to do is go on the website of the city and you can be connected into anything you want. Then you're going to have Arlene talk about the marketing and advertising and all our events for the island. And then, of course, Carrie will be here. But what I want to do is talk a little bit about what's going on the island from more or less the boring standpoint of the technicality. We are proud to say that tomorrow night, and by the time this comes out, it'll be probably a completed thing. We are going for approval, and we anticipate the board will approve the commencement of the construction for the new clubhouse, the new pool area, restaurants, everything on the Williams Island Club when you walk across the bridge to the pool area. That will be starting sometime in the middle of June, and we are all scheduled to go. We have certain permits already in place. Financing is already in place, and as we promised the residents, this will not include any assessments at all. The money is all provided for. The board has made provisions previously with our bank that all the funding is available to us now. But that's exciting because we have taken 2.5 years of putting this project together to get to a point where we finally have an opportunity to begin. The jobs that are going on the small projects in terms of the Island Club, we know about. In terms of the cafe, we have the new pro shop opening up. The offices have already opened up. The cafe will begin construction probably in June or July and be ready for opening in the fall. And what we're doing is we're taking the pro shop out of the existing cafe, as you all know, doubling the size of the cafe, Starbucks as we know it, and add much more to-go stuff, more food stuff, more ice cream, gelato, an array of all kinds of new items. And then we're also going to be having new food and beverage events on the patio itself, because now that we have the new cafe opening up, we think it's going to be very exciting to have wine tastings and barbecues and special food tastings and wine and cheese events and lecturers. So we intend to start using that quite extensively once the new cafe opens, and that should be ready by the fall. So please be ready for that. The unfortunate part of this is that we have to close down the public pool that's here over on the Island Club, and the building will be shut down as of the middle of June. So obviously every building has their own pool area. We are discussing with the various buildings the possibility of having food sent over on weekends and doing something in that order, but that's between the buildings and the food and beverage department, and that'll be handled on an as-need basis because we do want to make sure that there is food and beverage available if the buildings want it for their pool areas. We do anticipate this project's going to take somewhere about 18 months from start to finish. We may be able to do it a little sooner, a little bit later, but as any job, when we start renovations, we really don't know what we're going to find completely. We have hired our contractor, we have our owner's representative hired, we have an amazing team of construction company people working. So if you start coming out here this month, by the middle of June, end of June, you'll see a lot of activity going on here. As far as the rest of the island goes, the road work looks to be getting ready to finish. They're doing the last connection back down around the 1,000, 2,000 building, and hopefully, if all goes well, the next 30 days, that should be finished. We are planning to repave quite a bit of the island, but we're going to wait till construction is done on the Island Club because there's no point paving and then redoing it. Also, we will be doing a lot of the landscaping once that pool area is done as well. So you have to bear with us. The biggest inconvenience during the time of construction is going to be the entrance to Bellini, and there will be guides and signs out there showing you how to get into Bellini because the service road will be closed during construction because that will be our staging area that will take us out to the country club. Some of the things that are happening out here will be a beautiful new pool, a whole new bar and tiki bar with everything imaginable there. The bathrooms will remain where they are. However, we will have a little sundry shop there where they can sell various things. They'll have towel service for you. We'll have suntan lotions, balloons, all kinds of, blow up things for the pool area. But it's going to be amazing. When finished, this room that I'm sitting in now will become one of the most beautiful dining rooms. It will be open 3 to 4 nights a week as a specialty dining room. We'll have special events, special meals, special menus, and we look forward to that because this way the chef can expand some of his ideas and put it in here. This whole building, as you see it today, will not be the same when we reopen. Decks will be new, furniture will be new, bar, carpeting, drapery, ballroom. We'll have tiki cadets. And also, if you call your building manager, we have sent over a video of what the building will look like. So it'll give you an opportunity to see what we're getting when we're completed. So if you get this, please call up, make sure you see what it is. It's your island, it's your renovation, and we're so excited about what's happening. One of the other things that we do want to talk about is speeding on the island. We've had 2 very serious accidents from people speeding while they were texting. So we do ask you please to slow down. Aventura Police will be patrolling the island as they normally do, but in a little bit more of an increase. They will be using unmarked cars, but we feel the safety of our island is extremely important. And after the couple of accidents we've had, luckily nobody was seriously injured, but we don't want to take any chances and wait for that to happen. In addition to this, we are looking into a new cable company. The cable company that we have, Atlantic Broadband, or Breeze Line as they call it, that contract will be expiring in a couple of years. So the meeting tomorrow night will have a presentation by some of these companies. You will have already seen this or you won't see it, but we ask you to always turn on, and even so you don't watch the board meeting tomorrow night, you can always see it. We run it, I believe, for the whole month. But that will be a conversation about not only the contract for the new Island Club construction, but we're talking about new contracts, new ideas, and new programming that we will want to implement onto the island pertaining to Wi-Fi and to cable service. So those are a few of the things that are happening on the island right now. I don't know if I forgot much, Arlene, but I believe there is so much to talk about. There's so much going on the island. This is your island. This is what it's for. This is why you bought it, Williams Island, and we will never allow this island to not be taken and seriously put it to the finest we can. We want to build it, we want to improve it, we want to increase the values, and we believe by spending this money on this whole area over here, it will totally change the lifestyle of the island. You've seen the difference the pool area, the patio area has made on the tennis court. That is only a fraction of what we're going to be doing over here. So it will be dusty, it will be dirty, there will be some inconveniences, but when we reopen it, I can assure you it'll be something you'll all be very proud of. So I want to thank you on behalf of the entire board of directors of Williams Island. We're here for you. Please contact us if you have any questions, anything you want to know about. It is very important over the next 6-8 months that you contact Arlene or watch the text messages, watch our emails, watch the videos, watch the newsletters, because things are changing very quickly on the island and all very positively. So I want to thank you all again for watching today. I hope you enjoy the show, and we look forward to seeing you in a few weeks. Have a good day. With Carrie. She's the head of everything that we do around the island, but primarily she's our spa director, our director that's involved with tennis now. She has now taken over some of the responsibilities to make sure the salon is in line with our new decor that's happening. She's also involved right now with getting ready to do a total spa refresh, which will be very exciting because we're looking forward to upgrading the spa, fixing it, wallpaper, and those kind of things. Mm-hmm. But first I want to ask you something. There's a couple of questions I do have for you before we get into it. Don't be nervous.
I never know.
You never know. You just came back from Las Vegas.
I did.
And people wonder where these ideas come from, where these equipment pieces come from, where the training, the classes or whatever. Mm-hmm. How does that relate to what you just did? Is that what that was about?
Well, in Las Vegas, we go to iSpa.
Yeah.
So it's everything about spa. It's about the massage tables, skincare, the latest technology that's happening, the latest skincare products, the latest in business innovation. It's networking. It's meeting our vendors that we never get to actually meet. So it's a way to strengthen relationships that we might have had for 20 years. So it's really important. The conferences are really important for all of those reasons. In March, we went to URSA, and URSA is the biggest fitness equipment conference of the year. And so we went to San Diego for that, and we get to see, again, the latest innovation in fitness, in classes. We get to meet our vendors. We forge new relationships. So these conferences, especially those two, are very important to development and just making sure the relationships or new relationships are made.
So as an example, we just got a whole bunch of new equipment and we got new bikes, new treadmills,
Yes.
et cetera. You get these ideas from going to these places? Is this what happens?
Yes, yes. And
But
we get
how
to
do you-
try. We
And
get to
how do
try.
you evaluate them versus, obviously, the clients that use them or membership? How do you know they need them? What is it about them that decides, okay, I'm going to change this because I think it'll be more enhancement to the physical training?
The one thing that how I feel about Williams Island Fitness, as I have been to many other clubs, I'm always visiting other clubs or talking to other directors. I feel that this community wants to be leading edge for the fitness industry. So I'm always looking ahead, at least 5 years, to see what is coming up and what needs to be replaced. We're kind of on a 5-year cycle on certain pieces of equipment, whether it's free weight training, multifunctional training, the treadmills where brand new technology has come out, which is what we just received, or our group cycles that we really put through the ringer during COVID, right? So we
Yeah, I
had a
remember.
lot of rust happening. So we knew those bikes needed to be replaced without necessarily replacing all of the technology, the apps and so forth. So we remained with the same company. But I always look for the top companies, the ones that have made the most statement, have the most longevity, have the best performance record, etc. So we're always trying to be at the ahead of the game as opposed to behind.
Now, the demographics on the island are changing quite obviously, and we've probably dropped our average age by almost 10 years over the last 10 years.
Right.
Where that has changed the needs in the spa, the equipment we need. How do you anticipate that, and how do you change? I mean, you go in the gym, are there different things for everything, different people, or?
Yes, so the treadmills, we have two, I call like superpower treadmills. That's the reason why I felt like it was important to have those treadmills. They're the Techno Gym, they call those Skill Run, and they are for athletic performance. So they are for our younger demographic who really wants to get the HIIT training, the sled, the parachute training. It goes faster, it goes higher, it goes on a decline. All of that is for that younger demographic. And yes, I mean, if you come into the gym, especially at night, it is all young people that
That's
are
what I was gonna
working
say.
out. Yeah, they're working out really hard. So we're trying to change our classes. Our classes are morphing to be wider demographic, right? So we speak to the young, we speak to the seniors and people who have maybe some
Because I've had a
special
problem
needs.
there because I don't know which group to fit into. You know, I'm
you
right in
definitely
between.
fit into the young
That's what
HIIT CrossFit group.
The
Yeah.
young CrossFit
yes,
group.
absolutely,
Fit.
100%.
100%. Okay, we heard that. So I'm going to join now.
You are, yes,
All
yes.
right. On a serious note, we're getting a lot of people that are joining. And as Arlene knows, and the membership knows, I think we had close to 300 new families come in this year. They don't know where to go, who to see, what to do. How do we get this across? Because I understand you have a free fitness evaluation.
We do, yes.
How do we get this to the people? Because anyone who buys an apartment here or lives here has the ability to go in, have a free evaluation,
Sure.
and then you could put them on a fitness program or they go off on their own. Is that the case?
Correct, correct.
So what does that entail?
the
If I
fitness
come
evaluation,
in, yeah, what would happen if I came to see you? I bought an apartment. What are they going to do? What do you take them through?
so I take them through the in-body test. We evaluate the results together, which would be body composition, how much muscle mass they have, how much fat mass they have. I talk to them about
So
their
I'd
goals.
flunk right there, is what you said.
It opens
Yeah.
up a conversation,
It does. It's
right?
great.
Because some people are surprised in both ways. They might be really happy. They thought maybe they had less muscle mass or less, more percentage body fat. It just opens up a conversation about nutrition, about classes, setting goals, what they can do. Maybe they need to hire a personal trainer. Maybe they just want to know the programming that we have on our app, because we have so many things to offer them.
Yeah.
But the hardest thing, and I think Arlene would agree with me, is getting that word out to our new
And that's
members.
why I bring it up, because they don't realize they have this available
Right.
to them.
And we have all types of communication out there. I can put things on the My Wellness app as well to hopefully advertise and get them in.
Yeah.
But it's word of mouth is always the best.
Okay.
So when they sign up on the My Wellness app, I can pull a list, like once a month, I pull a list of all of the new people on My Wellness, because you cannot sign up for a class without that app.
Okay.
So that is another way I can reach out to them. I can pull all of our new members that have signed up on the app and reach out to them and try to get them in and let them know what's happening.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you tell me what's going on. Now that you've told me all of the things I wanted to know,
Okay.
tell me what is happening. When is the refresh beginning, and what will that include, and how
So
is that
this
gonna
is
work?
really exciting. We're very
know.
excited about this. We have beautiful finishes that are coming in. It'll start in August. The second week of August is what we have on hold for right now. We're ordering, the carpet's been ordered, the wallpaper's been ordered. We'll have the final finishings for the salon by hopefully Wednesday of next week. So new floor, new walls, new lighting. In the salon, new chairs and pedicure thrones and cabinetry. The
So it's a
salon
real
will make
refresh.
a big, yeah, it's
That's
a real
great.
refresh. It's very exciting.
That's wonderful. And how long do you think it's going to take to do?
Well, I think the spa refresh and the locker rooms are going to take a couple of weeks. The salon might take a week to 10 days.
Okay, and the salon is going to have a similar look, upgrade the whole thing, and that's going to be part and parcel of it.
A similar look to the spa.
And you
Yes.
have a little responsibility there now, I understand.
I have a little responsibility, yes.
So eventually you and Richard will get to the point where you don't kill each other.
No. Richard is great.
He is.
He's been a great partner.
I know.
He's excited about it, and I think it's going to be great. Yeah.
And tell me a little about now, because obviously this season is coming, and the summer is coming, I'm sorry.
Summer, yeah.
What are we doing with the kids? Because we don't have this facility coming up,
Right.
but we do have the trailers, so how are you going to handle the summer program?
So the summer program starts June 12th. It's a 8-week program. We're going to do the majority of it at Med Village. So we'll take over the courts at Med Village in the morning time. We're going to use the pavilion for any arts and crafts, for lunch. Then we're going to come to the spa side, tennis side of the island, and finish the afternoon inside of the spa pool with lifeguards. And then the trailers might be used at that time for additional arts and crafts, you know.
Case of weather?
Exactly. Or they'll be on the tennis court.
Okay.
So there'll be a shuttle that will shuttle them from Med Village back here safely to the spa or tennis courts. And I think it's going to be really nice because all of the kids will be together at the Med Village in the morning
great.
from 9 to 12. I think that's it's going to work out really
So
well.
you're getting a good enrollment for it?
Yes.
When is the
Yes.
deadline for enrollment?
Oh, there's never really a
There's
deadline.
never, so they
No.
can join right up until the last day.
Yeah. Yes.
Anything else?
The Pro Shop.
Yes.
So the Pro Shop's beautiful. We're slowly moving in. We hope for a.
And let me interrupt because I'm not
Yes.
sure everyone understands when you say Pro Shop. Part of the four-part that we're doing on the island for renovation improvements includes the whole terrace deck, which we've done the furniture.
Right.
You have all new offices. We now have a new Pro Shop for the tennis equipment, and then we are going to do the deli and have that double in size.
Right.
to enhance it. So you're talking about the new Tennis Pro Shop.
The new Tennis Pro
Okay.
Shop, yes.
Okay.
So it's absolutely beautiful. They've done a great job. The design is really nice. We have some new logoed items coming in that I think everyone will enjoy and use and be excited about. So we're hoping a soft opening by next Saturday. We already have a pop-up trunk show there, and so
Oh,
it'll be kind
okay.
of nice to kind of do a soft opening, and then we're going to plan for a grand opening.
So when do you think the grand opening will be there?
Maybe July 4th-ish,
Okay.
maybe a little before.
That is exciting though, isn't it?
Yeah, very exciting. We have new lines of clothing coming in, so yeah, it's going to be great.
Great. Well, I guess that's enough for one moment, isn't it?
I think, yeah, for now.
So you had a great trip to Vegas. You're doing
Yes.
great stuff on the island.
Yes.
When does Carrie have time for Carrie?
I
And
do-
her music,
do.
I should say.
Yes. I do. I have some
That's
concerts
wonderful.
coming up.
That's great.
Yeah.
In case we don't know, Carrie is a concert flautist,
Flautist. Yes.
and she's quite remarkable. And if you ever get a chance to listen to her, it's a treat. It really is a treat. Anyway, I thank you.
Thank you.
I couldn't do it without you. You know that. We couldn't do it without you. But mostly the residents couldn't do it without you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
that. Thank you.
Okay, we're back, and as you hear from Carrie, it's amazing what's going on with her right now on the island, and we can't thank her enough. But today we have a treat because we have somebody with us that's normally not on this side of the camera. Arlene does all our marketing, public relations, event coordinations, you name it, she does it. But she's usually behind the camera telling us what to say and what to do. But because she's so intimately involved, I thought, why not hear it directly from Arlene? So, I mean, I know we have some changes going on, and some people have asked, like Natalia is wonderful at having a baby.
Yes.
So she'll be leaving
Yes.
us for a little while, but she is coming back. But tell me pretty much what you do to begin with, then I have some questions. But I don't think people really understand the magnitude of what Arlene does.
I do a lot.
Exactly.
Well, I take care of the entire website, all the communications that go on in the island, such as emails, the WhatsApp group that we just created, the app, any social media. I also am getting a little bit involved with the membership because, as you were talking about before, we're trying to get information out to the new members. So we have a whole new program that's going to be launched to educate the new members. There's going to be a small event. They'll get a package that literally explains everything to them, and they'll be able to talk to the directors to ask any questions, or if they're interested in anything regarding specific parts of the island, we can explain it to them there.
So it's like a move-in package.
Right, a new member onboarding package.
Now,
Yes.
I was told that we have a new, with a better word, ambassador program, where we have certain people that live on the island that will get involved in meet and
Yes.
greet some of this. What is
Yes.
that going to be?
Well, we're trying to get the collateral materials together before we actually launch, launch the program. So I'm thinking maybe in about a month or two we'll be able to launch it, and we are gathering, like the ambassadors. Your wife would be a wonderful one, by the way.
Okay, consider it done.
And it's always great when you're coming onto a new property that somebody who already lives here can tell you how wonderful it is, and the little secrets are little secrets, and the best time to play tennis or go to the spa or anything. So it's always good to hear from people that live
Oh,
here.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So when you say you coordinate the events and you do all these things, obviously we have a newsletter that goes out to the island. You put it all together. All the
Yes.
directors, I assume, give you the information,
Right.
the dates, and then you coordinate to make sure it works well.
Yes.
What do we have coming up? Because I know the summer things sort of slow down. We have our big welcome back party come November. So between now and then, what kind of events are you
Well,
going to be
we
planning?
have Father's Day. We have Memorial Day, Father's Day. We have the 4th of July. We have the summer camp. We have a few of family-oriented children's events that are going to be fabulous. The mermaid event is on the 20th, and then we have,
Was that the one I was asked to be in?
yes,
Yes,
you were
the
going to put on
mermaid.
the fin and
I'm the
swim in the
mermaid.
pool.
Okay, I like this. I like this.
And then we also have the Crayola for Father's Day, where the kids get to make a gift for their dads. And there's also going to be some kids events coordinated with the 4th of July. So there's a lot going on in the summer, you know.
Well, you know, it's funny because we spoke to Carrie about some of the changes that are happening with the demographics, but I imagine it has to affect you substantially because
Absolutely.
there are more kids now than we probably have 400 or 500
Ever
children on
than
the
ever
island.
before.
I know.
Yeah, absolutely. The demographic is getting younger and younger. We have families with children from 0 to, you know, 15 and 16 and 17-year-olds. So now we're, you know, playing the game of trying to get a little bit of something for everybody. So we always welcome, you know, any advice or any suggestions from families that live on the island. They can always email me, and we love to have input from, you know, our residents and members. But there are many different ways that you can find out about these events. The first way is the Monday email. There's an email that goes out every Monday. It lists all the events that are coming up for the next week or so. And then we have family events WhatsApp. So if you have a family and you want to know specifically about the family events, you can sign up for that. We have a new one that's for the F&B events, such as, you know, like cooking classes or the wine tastings or, you know, whatever is going to go on. He has a lot brewing for food and beverage. So if you sign up to that one, you'll get first dibs on the information for that. We also have the club calendar, which you can look on anytime and look at what's going on for, you know, the rest of the year.
And isn't it amazing with all of that, people still say they don't know what's happening on the island?
It has to be, you know, we put the information out there, and there has to be some proactive help from the members. You know, they have it's our job to inform them where to look, but they have to actually look.
It amazes me. You keep track of the followings of all the events we do, like the TV, as an example, this show, people don't realize the importance of this because during the pandemic is when this particular, when we started this program, and it kept people all over the world that were stranded knowing what was going on here.
Yes.
But we get thousands of people watching this over the course of a month, which is amazing to me because they can see it on their TVs at home, they can see it on WhatsApp, they can see it on YouTube, they can see it on Facebook.
Exactly.
Do you track where the most of the responses come from on that?
Yes, I do. I can track how many people have watched it on YouTube, how many people have watched it through the email, because I do include it in the Monday email. And I can keep track of, you know, how many people and when they saw it.
So if you were to be the person behind the screen that's critiquing this, what do you find that people are most interested in? What do we do that they like the most versus what can we do without? I mean, you produce this, so to speak. You let me know what we should talk about, so on and so forth. But you get that from questions you get from the residents. What kind of things do you find that people are really in need of?
Well, they love the people stories. You know, when we have somebody on here, you know, a resident that's talking about, we had Mr. Thompson with the
economics.
With the economics. They loved that one. They also loved the pastor and the rabbi. They you know, it just shows community, and you know, it's bringing forth in a world that's kind of tumultuous right now. It's just, you know,
So they like the human interest.
They like the human interest, exactly.
So they don't want a lot of technical information.
Well, they still watch it, but
But they
the ones
want
that get viewed the most are, you know, the human interest stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what else you want to tell us? Now's your chance. You're in front of the camera this time.
Just, you know, just to be aware of, you know, to be aware of what's going on the island. You know, I'm trying to put out as much information out there as possible. Check your Monday email. That's the best way to find out about things that are going on the island. Not only events, but if there's a road closure or the restaurant's going to be closed for some reason or anything along those lines, it's always going to be in the Monday email. So the best place to find your information is just checking your Monday email.
And of course, today after this, we're going to talk about the closings of the clubhouse, what we're doing, some openings, some dates, some road work, and all of the intricacies of what is going on the island, because I know people are very excited to hear about the construction
Oh, I have
and
something.
the start.
Oh, I have something fascinating about the construction. We're getting a time-lapse camera.
Oh.
So you'll be able to log into a website and just see the process of construction real time.
Well,
So
it's amazing to be able to say, we have our board meeting tomorrow to get all the approvals. We actually are ready to start construction in a few weeks.
That'll
We're
be fabulous.
done. We're ready to go. So, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But Arlene, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And by the way, if you ever want to see what she does, visit her in her office.
Anytime.
You won't believe, if you can get in the office,
If
that
you
is.
get in.
But it's amazing. And thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
everything you do.
Thank you.
Take care. Okay, welcome back. And we have a treat today because I know we always talk about what goes on Williams Island. We talk about the various people that work here, what they accomplish, and what is going on the island. But every once in a while, because we are such an integral part of Aventura, and there's so much going on there, I thought, why not meet the person behind the scenes that does all of the organization and planning and staging for the whole city. And with that, I want to introduce you to Kimberly Merchant. Kimberly and I have worked together when I was commissioner for 8 years. I've watched her grow. I've watched her become absolutely amazing on the whole city itself. But we have an island to plan for. You have a city to plan for. So she's not only planning for various age groups, but also events, holidays. It's expanded quite a bit, hasn't it? Halloween, Veterans Day. Tell me a little about what you do first. Tell the residents what you do.
Sometimes I don't even know what I do.
That's not a good answer.
I know, right? But I have an amazing team, and we all work very well together to provide programs and events and activities for the entire community of Aventura. I oversee all of the parks, the community recreation center, all of the special events. I am also a liaison between the school and other departments. And I think that's enough. I'm going to tell you guys about my job because I got to keep a few little secrets, you know, behind the scenes.
Now, you mentioned something interesting, the schools, because I remember we put together the high school while I was commissioner, and that has brought in such an amazing change to the city, hasn't it? Because all of a sudden somebody can move into Aventura and put their child into early childhood and go right through to high school, all in top grade A schools, and almost like private schools. How has that affected you, and how have you seen that change the city?
Well, when I first started in 2008, and at that time, we just had ACES, and I think we were just expanding a little bit to take more students at that time. And I was at the rec center when I started, so I had really got to know all of the parents and the students and what their needs are, because I was programming for them at the rec center. And everybody had always been speaking about, we need a high school, you know, we need a high school. And honestly, I really never thought we would have one. And then all of a sudden, they were like, we think we're going to build a high school, and I think we're going to put it next to the Waterways Park. And I go, oh my gosh, really? Like, so it's really, you know, made our community like a whole. And, you know, for the ACES to be right next to the rec center, and then for the high school to be next to Waterways Park, I've seen all of, you know, all of it grow and take place. And the cool thing about the high school is that I've seen what it had started off to be, and now I'm seeing how it's grown, because this is the 4th year where it's full.
Right.
And it is nothing what we thought it was going to be.
No. I remember when Eric and I were working on the new high school, putting it together and building it, we said, okay, we're going to open up 9th grade, then 9th and 10th, and then 11th, and then 12th. And of course, that first year, we only had 200 kids in the school, and it was almost like, how do you run a school with only one grade? But you look at it today with the awards it's winning and the sports programs, and the principal is amazing. He's a phenomenal. Actually, we're very fortunate. Both our principals, Abasis and Don Sofer. But do you see more families, younger families coming into the city that you have to gear up for and have events for because of this?
So I had seen the change, you know, of the younger families coming in,
Right.
and now with the addition of the high school, there's so many
Big
more
difference.
families. It's a huge difference. And you know, you thought like with COVID, maybe condo living wasn't going to be as, you know, a future for everybody who was looking at maybe houses. And then within a year, there was no apartments left.
I know. Is that amazing what changed?
Yeah, and we're being able to provide a service to the entire community, which is
Well,
which is
you
wonderful.
created Freebee, which is amazing because it's free cab service theoretically
It's
to anyone that lives in
your-
Aventura.
It's an on-demand
And how is that
service.
doing? Has it taken off?
It has unbelievably taken off. I think we're at 10 vehicles now.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and we started with 2, and now we're at 10.
Isn't
And
that great?
It is, and it's a great service, for our community that you can just grab the freebie and go anywhere, within the community.
And people don't realize even, it's not for a specific group. Download the app, Freebie,
It's for everybody.
and all you do is you punch a button just like you would for Uber. A car will come, pick you up, take you within Aventura, anywhere in the city, and it's free.
And if you can't figure out the app, there's still a phone number that somebody
Yeah.
actually answers.
So it's an amazing service that we started. So
It is an amazing service.
that's great. So tell me what's going to be happening over the summer in the city. I know there's so many events that you plan. How do you even go about beginning to plan all these events? But what do we have coming up in the city?
Okay, so let me tell you what we have
Okay,
coming up in the city.
let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we have summer, right?
Yep.
So we have summer camp, because when there's no school, what are the kids supposed to do?
And where is the camp held?
So we hold our camp at the Community Recreation Center,
Okay.
and we also have a tennis camp at Founders Park.
Oh. And that's where the whole summer program takes place then.
Correct.
How many kids do we get for that for the summer?
It averages anywhere from 300 to 700
Wow.
a week, depending on
Oh
what's
my-
going on.
That's amazing.
But we do have eight different kind of camps, so we do offer a little something for all of the children.
And then we have the theater.
And the
That's
theater
runs
has their own camp.
52 weeks a year. And they have a theater camp there, don't
They do, yeah.
So how do people find out what's going on in the city? And is there a website they can go to? Is there a sign up they can so they get noticed?
So there is, of course, the website, cityofaventura.com. And then for any of the programs, if you go to cityofaventura.com/ORS for our online registration system, you'll see all of the programs that you can register for and some of the special events that are happening around this time. And then we have My Aventura, and we also have a new texting system that was set up where you'll get a text with everything that you want to know, whether it's about schools, traffic, community services,
Which is you?
of course. So basically you sign up for the text message, and I'll have to get that number for you.
Yes.
And
If you get that to Arlene, because a lot of people here don't know a lot of what goes on in the city.
yeah, so again, I think, there was a conversation before about, there's so much communication and we do so much, but not everybody always knows about it.
No.
So for me anyways, getting a text message is so much quicker than getting an email, because I have my email notifications turned off, but my text messages come in, automatically. Because I have my personal email, I have my work email, I have my email with the with my family.
So in other words, then any resident of Aventura could sign up for text messaging and be notified immediately. And they can do that by what? Going on the website?
If they go on the website, there was a box when you click on if you want a text message, and then you would just put your phone number in.
Great.
And I should know the number because I did a
You should
commercial
put
on
your-
it.
It's okay. We won't tell Rob.
I know,
We-
I'm so
we won't
focused
tell
on
Rob.
summer camp.
So yeah, I imagine you are. So
yeah.
you put the whole thing together then?
I do with my team.
Wow.
And we start working on it around December, January, and then once the school year calendar comes out for the following year, which is January, February, then we finalize everything, because depends if we're 9 weeks of camp, 10 weeks of camp, 11 weeks of camp.
Somebody asked if they're doing fireworks this year for July 4th.
There
Yeah.
are fireworks for July 4th, and those will be shot off around the golf course
Right.
as normal.
right. And that's done at Turnberry like it is every
Yep.
year.
So it's July 4th, and then the rain date's always July 5th. But July 4th is a
It
great
always
day.
works out. It does.
Sure does.
Yeah, it does. And the bikes and all of that is still going on in the city itself.
Yeah, I'm amazed at like so much that we have to offer for our community, because you have the Freebee, and then you have the bikes where you can, go and ride around the city, and there's several locations. So if you want to start, around Founders, you can come all the way here, right?
Yep. Yeah, we have bikes here.
I know.
Yeah, we do.
And they're very
believe
nice
me,
bikes.
they're very successful.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, I don't think there's ever a time we have more than 2 or 3 bikes in the racks at any time, because they're all gone.
Yeah, and it's so nice. You don't have to have your own bike. You don't have to store it anywhere.
Now,
You just
do
go and get
people pay
one.
for that, or is it free?
There is a fee to use that. I believe there's a month, like a membership fee, and
Oh,
then
so
it
it's-
might be like an hour, but it's nothing,
So it's
nothing
very reasonable then.
too expensive.
So tell me what else about the city. What else are we doing?
Okay, well, we're running lots of classes. We're also running summer camp. We have like classes that are about an hour long for infants and toddlers, youth, and also for adults and seniors. So we offer anything from like an imaginary play, Wiggles and Squiggles, and a jump and jive, to ballet. We also do summer learning and tutoring. I know it's not as fun in the summer, but you still got to keep that
You have to do
going.
it, yeah. So you do have a tutoring program.
We do have a tutoring
Is
program.
that by certified teachers that do that for you?
Yes, and it's at the Community Recreation Center.
So because that's interesting, because we used to have it here during
Mm-hmm.
COVID, and we have a lot of parents that want to know about this.
Mm-hmm.
So is this under the sanctions of the Dade County school system? So obviously you have to be a licensed teacher to be teaching these classes?
Well, so we're not teaching, it's just like a tutoring program. So we're assisting the children with anything that they may want help in, or that their parents would like them to have help in.
Is there a cost to do this?
It is, but again,
Okay, it's
everything is
nominal.
very minimal.
So they would again call or go on the website to do this, because this is something we get a lot of questions
Yeah.
about, that there's free or moderately cheap
And we
tutoring.
offer it in addition to our after-school program. So we always do assist with homework, but sometimes kids need a little bit extra. So we also have the tutoring or learning during the school year as well. But it's not fun, but it's also needed. So we try to
No, but
continue it during the
something-
summer.
It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing to have. And we have also the advisory committees on the city. And people have asked, how do they get onto these? What is the protocol if somebody wants to be on the youth advisory or on the city advisory, et cetera?
Just to keep checking the webpage, because they do, when there are spots available, they will put applications out to request anybody that's interested to fill the application out.
Would it help if they contacted their respective commissioners and have them recommend them or submit their numbers or names, or does that not matter?
Well, I think everything matters,
Yeah.
but it also comes down to what the objective is to the board,
Okay.
and for me, when I put my team together and also with my board, I want to make sure I have people in all different mindsets and walks of life. I don't want it to be the same, because I want to be able to have every part of the community represented in it. So
It's amazing how the city has grown, and look how you've grown in it.
I know I'm out for everybody.
I mean, would you believe you're doing today what you're doing? 10 years ago, did you think you were going to be doing this?
No, absolutely not.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
But look how great you're doing it.
I know, right?
You are. I tell you, have you spoke to Ron about a raise? I'm going to talk to him about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would. But anyhow, I don't think people realize what it takes to do what you do to run a city in terms of the activities and such.
Yeah.
But there seems to be something at all times going on. And that's what amazes me. And also the police are very involved with a lot of these events, which is beautiful to see.
Whether they want to or not, they have to. Just kidding. But
I
we
know.
like to have a lot of fun together. So our department, along with the police department, really look forward to working together, because it's a chance to be involved with the community and have a good time with the community, and to create a community atmosphere.
So to sum things up then, people here have the ability to get any information they want by just going on our city website. They can set up their texting that way. And if you would give us your contact to send it to Arlene, what we'll do is we'll include the link to the city in ours, so they can actually just click on it, because we have our own website as well.
Yeah, perfect.
And that would really be a help, because unfortunately, not only do we have trouble getting people to know what's going on the island, they have no idea what's going on in the city itself. And I know there's like amazing events. We had a Founders Club that was packed out there.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
It's just amazing that we're such a small community in 3.2 square
Yeah,
miles,
yeah.
but we're such a large community at the same time, and
Yeah.
there is, it's overwhelming what we have to offer. You have so much to offer here, and then the city has so much to offer. So sometimes I think it's overwhelming.
Well, we have what, about 48,000 people population in Aventura or something?
I
Or
think we're
40,000?
about 40,000.
40,000. So that means Williams Island represents about 12% of the population of Aventura then. So because we have about 5,000 people here
Yeah,
on the island. And you don't even see them. You don't feel
It's
it.
an amazing community here.
Yeah. Well, Kimberly, I'm not going to keep you. I know you have to get back to work and run a city, but I can't thank you enough for joining us.
Well, you're very welcome.
And we look forward to having you once a month at least to come in here and tell us what's going on in the city. Because I know
Deal.
you would love to come over here, get out of the
course.
office for a while.
Yes.
I mean, you need that. You need exposure like that.
Everybody needs to get out of the office
Okay, well,
once in a
Ollie
while,
will
right?
make sure that happens. Anyway, thanks so much for having
Oh,
me.
you're very welcome.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for the invitation.